You stole my heart of gold after my silver soul. Can you dig any deeper now?
All right. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing out there? Welcome, crypto community, to the building here. We got Will Rockets in the building. My man Moon. What's up, Moon?
What's going on, guys?
Big Moon to the building. All right. How about Moose? What's good, Moose?
Yep.
Hey, man, can't call it. You know, every day is another blessing, another day in crypto, man. So we just got to keep counting them in and stacking them bags. Let's get it popping right now here. Listen, have y'all heard this from the World Summit? Just check this out real quick.
What underpins a world order is always the financial system. I was very privileged. My father was an advisor to Nixon when they came off the gold standard in '71. And so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important the financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new accounting is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights if we're going to have digital money. But also, this new money will be sovereign in nature. Most people think that digital money is crypto and private, but what I see are superpowers introducing digital currency. The Chinese were the first. The US is on the brink, I think, of moving in the same direction. The Europeans have committed to that as well. And the question is, will that new system of digital money and digital accounting accommodate the competing needs of the citizens of all these locations so that every human being has a chance to have a better life? Because that's the only measure of whether a world order really serves.
All right. Now, that, if y'all haven't really digested that, that's a big deal. All right. And what that screams out here is CBDCs. For y'all that didn't know, that's central bank digital currencies. That is what a lot of people are fearing. That is why companies like Celsius that are allowing people to make bigger yields on their crypto while they're getting shut down and shot just for holding stable coins and promoting that stable coins can yield more interest, APY, than your regular bank. And that's the problem I think we're running into. And that's what this lady here at the World Summit was just speaking about. So let's just take this around the room. I want to get everybody's opinion, even you online listening and watching. Please drop your comments and likes below. But before you even think about doing that and we get into this, smash that like button. All right, just go ahead and Will Smith that thing. Will Smith it, okay? Well, Will Smith that like button, hit the subscribe so you can stay tuned to everything new that we bring to you.
This man made a new verb. Will Smith that like button.
Rightfully so. So that being said, man, let's get into it. Moose, what do you feel about this, man?
And I'm gonna be honest, man. This is deep, and at the heart, what she's talking about, man. She's talking about what crypto is, man. Decentralization at its finest. Breaking away from the banks and the institutions and giving more power to the people with finances and people having freedom, freedom of finances, man. This is exactly what she's talking about. So, I mean, she mentions, these CBDCs and stuff. I think those are inevitable, man. I know it's a touchy subject, but I think they're inevitable, man.
Yeah. How
the government brings them about, man, we'll see. All we can do is wait and see. But, freedom of financial freedom, man, is what this journey of crypto is all about. And that's exactly what she's talking about in this piece, man.
Yeah. And is it too scary, or is this something where people are salivating? I mean, it seems to be at a crossroads right now, all banking on regulation and how that whole thing comes out. But it seems like some people know, right? What do you think, Moon? What do you think, Moon?
I think the total opposite of Moose, man. I think this is not decentralization. I think this is centralization at its finest. I think they're gonna know when you scratch your butt, when you blow your nose, and they're gonna tax you on every part of it. And you ain't gonna be able to hide it. That's why they're getting into it. The government sees they're salivating. We was talking about salivating.
Well, hang on.
They are salivating.
Hang on, time out. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this.
Let me tell you why this is a problem. She said they're gonna know every move you make. That's what she said. And she said it's better because now we can have a better grasp of what's going on. What do you think that means?
Well, time out. They already know what you do now. If you are naive if you think any government entity is going to not know what the people under their jurisdiction aren't doing. That would be
how do people avoid these taxes then? If they know everything that's going on,
crypto is not about taxes. Crypto is not about avoiding taxes, though, man.
I didn't say using crypto. I'm talking about the regular financial system that we were under. They have been able to move money around to where they don't have to pay. You can no longer do that if it's on the blockchain because every step of the way is recorded, especially once the government has it to where they're using their own coin and they're the ones that see everything. Because right now, it's difficult to do that through Bitcoin. It's difficult to do that through ETH.
Let me make sure
all the thousands of other coins.
Moon. Let me make sure I'm hearing this
flag correctly. On the play.
Moon, are you saying that you approve illegal transactions and you are okay with people dodging taxes?
You see how that works? Whenever the citizens have free reign and free will, it has to be only for criminal elements, right? So let me ask you this. So you're saying that you think Big Brother's okay because that's the game you're playing. I'm gonna run that too. Is Big Brother okay?
I don't watch Big Brother, man.
No, not the movie. Come on, you know what I mean. Not the TV show. We're talking about.
I don't get the analogy, man.
All right. Let's use a better analogy. The Chinese government has a social credit system, and they watch every single thing the Chinese do. And the Chinese people have the exact same thing you're saying. As long as we're behaving, it's okay, right? What's the problem? You don't got nothing to hide. So you don't have no problem with somebody breathing down your back, and then they could put a boot to your neck anytime they feel like it.
But they're doing that now, and it has. Have they ever put a book?
We are not China. We are not China right now.
But they have surveillance but they have surveillance of your financial transactions unless they're illegal.
But they don't.
So then they're illegal.
Why do you think they're trying? Why? Because
they're illegal.
We all right.
If they're not recorded, Kyle gave a good example.
Wait, 1 second. Kyle gave a good. 1 second. One second. Let me just get this out though. 1 second though. You gave a good example, bro, about how you had a ledger and you just wanted to send your mom over some money to her ledger. Why does the government have to know that? Is that illegal that he's just sending over $500?
It could be.
Oh my gosh. Go ahead.
Could it not be?
Listen. I think the root, here's the real deal. I'm about to look, I'm going to just drop it on y'all like this, and this is going to sound left field and crazy, but there's a bigger root to this whole thing that everybody's talking about right now. Is it transparency that they just want to see and be visible, have it visible to them that you've moved $6,000 from one account to the other? No.
Yep.
But I think what the root of it is they need to figure out how can they allow you to spend more of it. So the root, hear me out.
I
told you.
I think Cap is leading the ship right now. This is why he's the captain.
Listen, if you think about it, they want to trailblaze into how much data they could figure out where you're moving your money and what you're spending it on. Okay, that's the root of it. It's not that they want to see $600 in your account, but yeah, it's not that they just want to see how much money you got and where you're moving it to. They want to see why you're moving it so they could target you and get you to move it to their accounts in a different way. Okay, just like how Facebook's doing in the metaverse, just like how Facebook does, period. Their whole staple was built on getting data.
Stealing data.
Right. Now think of it now.
So it's not
Look, wait. Hang tight. Hear me out here on this. You also got to take into consideration Elon Musk. Okay. What is Tesla doing? Okay. What is Tesla doing? They are mining your data. They are figuring out transportation routes that you're taking every single day. They're figuring out how much time you spend in traffic, how much time you're using your right foot, how much pressure you
Man.
use to turn left.
You're talking about the Internet of Things, but first of all, you have a choice of using Teslas or Hondas. You don't have a choice of living in America using their digital dollar. You're going to have to use it. There's a big difference. So if you're saying I don't mind Elon doing that, that's fine. Or you can go to another company.
So what about the digital? So what about the digital wand, bro? If you say, all right, forget the United States.
It's horrible.
But if all the countries are doing it, are you saying the world is horrible?
Hell yeah. You saying the world is good?
You live here, so you live here.
I do. Are you saying the world is good, Miles?
Hey, the world is horrible. The world's horrible. It's treacherous.
Okay,
we want to protect our children from
There's a reason why we want to protect our children, because the world's horrible, bro.
Yeah.
But you live in it. And so how do you coexist?
Exactly.
You can have the opinion that the world is horrible, but if you don't adapt, you're going to die. And if these guys want
you know what adapting
is
not just accepting what they got going on. That's why crypto was made in the first place, bro. We didn't make it for them to take it. Do you understand?
Yeah, but then you got to also take in consideration, how is this adoption going to happen in the event that, how is adoption going to happen?
Adoption's happening with or without the government. Like we got to get out of this mind state that the government has to be huge for us to make advances. Anytime the government steps in, it slows progress. It always does. It has never made things better.
Tell
me a time the government has made one thing better. I just want to know.
Regulation.
One thing? No, guys. Tell me one thing the government has made better. The Postal Service got worse.
I'm gonna give you the biggest.
I just want to know what got better. Just tell me what got better when the government was there.
I'm gonna give you the biggest one thing the government has gotten. I don't want to say right, because it's a work in progress. But you have fixed costs across product, wheat, cheese, all that price is controlled.
No. You're getting in my field right there. That's all controlled by the free market, bro.
The government created the free market, and
the government does not create free market. Oh no, they don't.
You have what's called
the free market creates the free market.
Let me fact check it,
about, bro.
You have the free. You have the FO.
Okay.
Have you?
I got 30 seconds on this topic. Just 30 seconds on this topic.
All right, I'm gonna let him finish.
All right, look, Moon. We're gonna switch. I'm gonna pass it towards the cat, but Moon. Tonight, I want you to look up the Free Market Committee, and I want you to see who developed that.
Oh, the committee.
I guarantee it starts with the government.
No, man. Free market. Do you know what free market is in economics, bro? It's when you have companies setting prices, and guess what? You allow the consumers to have the freedom to choose. And now, if I'm trying to set a price of diamonds too high, and everybody's going to Zales, I'm going to lower my prices. It's called free market competition. That's what sets the prices.
But the market
not
is not
damn
free.
Summit made by a government official. That is crazy.
So to be fair, let me just put this as the deal breaker. You're 100% right. The free market is based on consumers, but the way that the government has positioned themselves is they are the subsidiaries of
more expensive.
They're owning the three.
Why is everybody running from California? Because of the government setting too much regulations.
Just taxing too heavy. I mean, that's taxing too heavy. Bro. People are coming to Tennessee because of the lack of state income taxes.
Thank you. That's my point. And that's what I'm saying. That's the equivalent to crypto. That's all I'm saying.
It's gonna pay for the earthquakes and fires out.
The earthquakes and fires, man. God.
That is a big, heavy cost.
What do you mean? Who's going to pay for it? We pay for it with our tax money. I don't understand.
No.
Where do you think the money's coming from, Miles?
California state tax.
Where do you think it comes from?
Forest fires, and there's a lot of hazards out there. But let's move on. Let's put a bow in it for now. There's no winner of the topic.
I didn't think the first one was going to go like that. I didn't think it was going to go crazy like that. Okay.
There's definitely something to talk about, and let's talk about as we segue into the new world order. Right, we've heard that word many a times during this conversation, but let's talk about the metaverse, man, and what the metaverse means to what's the future of metaverse. Okay, what does that mean? You got some people trying to figure it out. Some people are thinking that it's completely synonymous with Meta and Facebook. You've got others that are just stabbing and going and trying to figure it all out. So let's just figure out now, where are we with the metaverse? As you guys may or may not know, Sony just put $1 billion, that's a billion with a B, towards Epic Games and Unreal Engine. Okay, for those of you not familiar with Unreal Engine, if you looked at any video game that was made from 2010 forward, they are involved somehow, some way. Epic Games and or Unreal Engine, they make these beautiful graphics, et cetera, et cetera. Well, Epic Games now has $2 billion to put towards the metaverse, and $1 billion of it has come from Sony. All right. And $1 billion isn't a little bit of money to play with here. This is not like, hey, let's just test this out. Let's throw $1 billion at it. So let's get back into the banner, guys. What do y'all think? Moon, how do you feel about Sony going in and throwing up all this money towards Epic Games and Unreal Engines toward the metaverse?
All right. So the thing is, if anybody's seen the metaverse, which is pretty much is like a online community where people come and live on the internet almost, right? It's gonna be more realistic looking with Unreal Engine. Like what we've seen now, we've seen more Roblox, Minecraft looking things with sandbox. That's what we've been seeing. So when Unreal comes in, we're gonna have it looking more real, even though they call it Unreal. Everything's gonna look more real, and it's gonna only heighten and increase the hype and increase the fun factor and increase everybody wanting to get into the metaverse. And we could go into the problems behind that too. People might just want to live there because their life here is so horrible. They might lose touch of reality. It's a good possibility of that happening. But with all good things, there's always going to be negatives. We might have some, I don't know if there's going to be terms. Maybe I might be the first one to quote it, but it's going to be some meta junkies. Like they're going to be strapped to an IV in there for days at a time.
Man, what?
Hey, people are rather going to go to work on the metaverse. They're going to meet each other for business meetings. They're going to go to concerts. They could love life. We could get it. I don't, there's going to be all type of things going on in this metaverse, and people are going to live there. That's what I mean. We're putting billions. That's just one company putting billions towards it. Think about all of the other corporations trying to get that metaverse dollar.
Mm-hmm. No, you're 100% right, man. And I just think of one movie in particular for any movie buffs out there, Ready Player One. Ready Player One is a film by Steven Spielberg. I highly recommend everybody goes and watches that movie. This is the same guy that brought E.T. What else did Spielberg produce?
That's perfect. If
Jurassic Park.
You don't know what the metaverse is, yes, watch Ready Player One. That is the metaverse.
That is the metaverse. And if you look at those, every scenario you just painted, Moon, you got people hooking up to IVs, not getting, going outside. They are living on stacked trailer parks. Just a number one sole purpose of their life is to win these metaverse games. Okay. Yeah. And
that was like the only way to make money, wasn't it, in the movie? I don't want to spoil the movie.
Well, look, y'all go watch it because that describes the metaverse almost to a T. And I would like to say that is the future that we're walking into right now. Is the metaverse going to be the new place where people socialize, people find, interesting things. They go and surf, they meet people, hosting parties, hosting events, concerts, the whole nine.
That's exactly why we have our whale rockets set up. We want to be in the metaverse. We want our avatars to be recognizable. So we're starting early. Yeah. We already have our avatars. Instead of we're letting our avatars represent us here in the real world right now on YouTube, but this is pretty much a semblance of the metaverse. Is why we're doing this, right? Because we see where everything is going. People are going to be famous for their avatars instead of their own face.
Yeah, that is the real truth, I think, for the next 10 years, man. People are going to start shying away from being the people in the camera and just being represented by this avatar. There's going to be some form of anonymity there still, but some exposure. So, Moose, what you thinking, man?
Man, I mean, like the metaverse seems to be inevitable, man. Like I've seen a couple products, man. You got Oculus out there. Obviously, man, Sony dropping $1 billion is absolutely insane, right? I'm gonna tell you, man, like every time I mention metaverse to the wife, man, she looks at me like if you get stuck out in the metaverse, you're on your own and I'll leave you. So like part of me wonders, man, it makes me think, like is there a certain audience for the metaverse, or is it inevitable and will it be forced upon people, man? Like it's
the new social media, bro.
It's a deep topic, man.
I think it'll be forced on them, like how Twitter and Facebook is. Like, at some point you had to put your business on there, right? It wasn't like you better do this, we're gonna make you do it. It was like, hey, you're gonna get left behind.
You're gonna miss out. Exactly.
And I think everybody that's kind of skeptical of the metaverse, they're gonna eventually go, man, I gotta get a metaverse. I gotta get I gotta get an Oculus. I gotta get in the sandbox.
I need to put my store up on the sandbox, in the sandbox, or any of the other platforms. I mean, there's quite a few to choose from. But yes, I can see that exactly happening, man, is they're gonna just start saying they have no choice. Just like that was only 10 years ago, y'all. I don't think y'all realize that this was something that, Facebook, I was such a proponent or advocate for not being the person on Facebook or not being on any social media. And then I realized 5 years, 10 years down the line, I was like, man, I kind of really missed out on all of this stuff. And,
right. That's
just recently
example. I think that's going to happen with the metaverse.
I would agree. I would completely agree. So good banner for that one, man. If y'all don't know already, just check out the metaverse. Check out what projects are launching. Go through Epic Games, Unreal Engine, see who they're looking at.
Look at what Sony's looking at. Right. Coke is in it too.
In the metaverse,
Nike's involved. There's a lot of big companies involved in this thing.
You get on, and it's going to be the first concert that everybody goes to, which, by the way, there's already been one. If y'all hadn't known, Travis Scott doing it in Fortnite.
He did it in Fortnite. Yeah, that's Epic.
He did it in Fortnite.
And now, look how they got $2 billion to put towards artists. They could get people like Beyonce, like huge stars to come on.
I mean, I think Travis Scott is a friggin' huge star.
He's not Beyonce though, bro.
He's not Beyonce, but I mean,
we're saying just to get the whole global audience in.
Travis Scott was their first. He is huge.
No, I like Travis. Don't get me wrong, but come on now, Beyonce is a household name, right? Travis is pretty much a niche for younger folks.
Only now because he's young, and I think he's going to be the new next big thing. But nonetheless, y'all hear what we talking about.
One more thing before you say that. I seen them. Do you remember how they used to do that whole Tupac experience thing? I think that's going to be big. Michael Jackson going to be like, I never seen Michael Jackson perform. People are going to go to watch whoever owns the right to Michael Jackson. They're going to make so much money off of that because they were like, oh, I never got to experience Michael Jackson perform. Now that raises some questions of morality and, but
it's going to be interesting, man.
Prince, it's all type of people. Like, I never saw Whitney Houston perform. That's where we're going, man.
And to be honest, from my perspective, man, I think even though Meta and Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook have done the name change and everything, they're doing that as a grasp for straws right now. This is their last push to stay relevant as hell, relevant as they could be.
Agree.
And Meta, Elon Musk actually quoted something that he said, Mark Zuckerberg will be the 14th will be in charge of Facebook and Instagram at the rate that Mark Zuckerberg is currently kind of managing it. It's set up as a monopoly. It's set up as, there will not be any other owner of Facebook or Instagram as long as Mark Zuckerberg's in charge.
All right.
So I could see that happening, man. And that's just coming from Elon's mouth. Not saying it's gold, but it's a lot of stuff that he has said.
Like gold.
Yeah, people be, and that's the truth, man. It's gospel, but
all right.
Nonetheless, it's some stuff to really take in consideration. So take a look at the metaverse.
How about this? This, I know you're an XRP man. What do you think about this?
Oh, you already know I was saving this topic for last. This is one of my favorite ones, man. So as you guys know, if you hadn't already, all right, XRP makes a huge stride against Gary Gensler and the SEC. All right, our president, President Biden, he nominated a former Ripple advisor, Michael Barr, as the vice chair of supervision of the Federal Reserve. Now, as that happened, the price increased 10% while everything else was dropping. I would say we're bearish right now, right? I mean, we're barely clutching 40 grand and XRP makes a 10% move.
That's right.
Now, this happened just
Moon told you.
and look, ironically, what did we tell you last week? We said, hey, man, get on XRP, get on Liquid, get on a few others. But
Voyager,
yep, VGX. And look at XRP making some strides. Now, XRP has been like one of the laughing stocks of the crypto space for a little, at least for this most recent
since the trial.
Right. Since the trial has started with the SEC, and we thought they were toast. And then they kind of slithered out. So more is coming up on them. But right now, with Michael Barr coming in, and it's almost a shoe-in that he's going to be the guy, okay, as the vice chair of the supervision of the Federal Reserve, he's going to have a lot to say about crypto. Now, this could be a bullish move, but like my man Moon says, is a lot of stuff is bullish, and then next thing you know, it completely decimates the price. What are you thinking for what's going to happen towards XRP and setting precedents for all of crypto? What do y'all think is going to happen next? And Moon, I'll let you take it, or no, go ahead, Moose. What you got?
Yeah, man. Man, listen. This dude, Mike Barr, man. Just to put things in perspective, this dude has been part of revamping things like FDIC, so making sure your money's insured in banks, consumer financial protection. His lane is regulatory, so I think XRP got to jump, man, just because really, it's just a catalyst. His name is tied to XRP, so it's just a quick catalyst to give it a 10% jump. But man, the real deal is, if he gets this job, man, regulatory is inevitable, man. And so I would challenge you guys to think, what would you like to see from regulatory? Because I don't think we're not going to not have regulatory. So what does regulatory in the crypto space look like when you see Michael Barr? That's what you got to think, man, because he is probably going to get tasked with that project from the president at some point this year. Yeah,
show me what regulation looks like for crypto and what looks fair. I could see that happening. Moon, what you thinking, bro?
Look, I could totally understand why XRP's price has rallied. I totally understand being positive about getting somebody that was part of crypto into a position of power in the government. But for me, I just see too much similarities to Gary Gensler, right, of the SEC. Everybody thought that, hey, it's going to be very bullish for crypto, and it has been a lot of the opposite, right? And I think sometimes you get into those positions of power, everybody's very ideal until they get in those seats, and you start being around very powerful people that lobby for different things, and it's not best for you. It is not best for you. So I really think that it's best for us not to get our hopes up, and do not be surprised if we think, the total opposite of what we believe to come from this is going to happen. So I can see why we hear XRP, like Miles said, the catalyst. Oh, he's attached to XRP. Go ahead and pump it. But I can see actually the opposite, because once you get in those positions, you're compromised, and you're beholden to people with
you're tied to the bigger powers, man. Yeah, right. You're tied to the bigger powers, man.
And that is
what do you think, Cap?
Man, so with XRP, I think once the case is over and settled, the price of XRP has been suppressed so heavily for the past season or two, bull runs, that it's inevitable to explode once it does do what it's supposed to do. Once all this whole hoopla about
all the fun goes away,
all that stuff goes away, man. Right. I think we'll start to see some serious bullish action for XRP. And like you said, man, it might not happen today as soon as the case drops. It may take another cycle for it to actually happen, but we're looking at it like a 74-cent XRP token right now. Granted, market cap is what? 12th largest market cap in all of crypto, has been the top 3 for like 5 years and running. Right, so right. I think it's going to reclaim that spot eventually.
XRP is an original OG, man. It's been original there since the beginning. It's original OG, man.
All right, we
And
had the
I'm
2 minute warning mark.
all right. My final thought, man, XRP is going to soon be a household name. Okay. I think it's set up currently to replace the Swift system. I think the people that want to use XRP, it's not your typical consumer. It's going to be the big banks. And if you guys were paying any attention to the first show where we talked about the oligarchs and how they've moved money from, how they were trying to move money out of the country, none of this stuff would be as big of a problem with XRP. Okay, with the way the Swift system works, the money isn't gone. That's why it takes 15 days just to send money, overseas. And this is borderless. XRP will move in seconds, and it'll settle that transaction and keep it on the ledger and the blockchain extremely quickly. So most all of these banks that are currently big banks are partnered with XRP and Ripple on the Ripple standard, and it's going to be a big deal. So yeah, us consumers have no price. We have no influence on the price. It's going to be the big banks. Once they start using them, XRP is going to be at $10, $12, $15, then 30, 40. So take in consideration 74 cents right now. So that's my final thought.
Hey, so Cap, hang on. We can't let you get away with your final thought without one thing. Hang on. We got 30 seconds, 2 seconds.
Talk to me, man.
It's April now, so next month price prediction XRP, man. Drop the people with a price prediction in the May, man.
Price predictions all contingent on Bitcoin. Let's make sure that's clear. Make sure you guys
he took the soft answer out, man.
Look,
XRP runs by itself, baby. It runs by itself.
And soon enough, that will be the case. 4 or 5 years from now, we might be talking XRP running by itself. But I will say, let's be honest, in a month or so, XRP is probably going to be looking at 75 cents to 85 cents. That's my price prediction.
Price suppression, baby. Price suppression.
It's going to continue to be suppressed until everything is out of the way and we find ourselves able to make strides for legs up. So
one thing I do know, when it does run, it's going to run.
It's going to go crazy.
Right.
And everybody's going to be looking for an entry, and I'm going to be kicked back looking for an exit. So I'm pretty bullish. I'm pretty bullish. So.
All right, go ahead and wrap us up, Cap.
All right, man. So today we talked about a few things. I just let y'all really recap. Really check out what we played earlier with the World Congress. With that whole deal going down at the meeting a couple weeks ago, and how bullish they sound on CBDCs. What that's going to do. Take a look at the metaverse, see how that's going to impact the future. It will impact the future. It will impact gaming. It will impact socializing. So take a look at that, really get into it. And then finally, of course, we talked about XRP. So it gave you guys a good juice for the week to really dive into and soak it up. So really take that time and do that. So with that being said, y'all, we really appreciate y'all listening. Slap that like, Will Smith that thing. Okay, and then hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for the next video. We'll definitely keep you rolling on the next one. So unless y'all got something else to it, man, be good. Peace out.
All right, peace.
You stole my heart of gold after my silver soul. Can you dig any